What did I blow up on this server? Holy crap. Oh. It looks like I blew nothing up. Oh, this is that demented TIE fighter thing that Batman made that I was blowing up repeatedly. Huh. I did all sorts of crap on this server without saving it. Okay. Kind of what my plans were for today. Seeing as everybody here knows I am the Lord and Master of all that is this place, I think, really. I'm gonna go through and kind of just show off kind of some of my favorite little chips because I was bored. And I didn't feel like it's like 3 o'clock. Never mind, it is way past 3 o'clock in the morning. It is almost 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just kind of going with it. So I figure I'm just going to go through some of my smaller ships here. I'll place these out and kind of go through my processes and thinking in them. And so on and so forth. Alright, so first thing that I wanted to kind of show off, not really show off, but whatever. This is, I use this as my target vessel. Okay, this is like the crappiest. Effectively, I built this thing just to be an enormous target. It's got kind of like cool looking engine pods that I just kind of threw in there at one point. But I don't even know what I was going with this design. I just wanted to make it as kind of odd as possible. There's no real interior to this thing. It's just kind of demonstrate how you can get through base layers of armor and basic crap like that. There's some like small cargo container conveyors that connect all the weapons, some reactors in here, a few gyroscopes here, there, and yonder, and such. But effectively, it's entirely useless. No oxygen systems, no nothing. It's, as you can see, completely hollow. But essentially, I use this as my standard of testing, and I actually call it the green shit because there's no real other purpose to it. But as we'll see, it works pretty good as a target. Now, if I fly way over here, because I'm too lazy to use spectator, I've lined up kind of a crap ton of my various little fighters or odd things, one of which you will actually notice. We've created it in the survival. So, that's actually over here. And there's no particular order to these. I didn't actually... Yeah. Like, that was my first ship. That one right there. I'm going to get rid of the HUD. There we go. And... But yes, I kind of went with this one more because I wanted a lot of engine power forward, and it needed a fair bit of weaponry, and it's fairly defensible because these armor blocks, one, are broken. I must fix it. Why are they broken? I hope my blueprint's not busted. Anyway, as you can see, you don't have very good vision out of this one, but it's fairly heavily protected, and it turns very quickly. This was originally built to fit in a tube, and it's got a bunch of mass blocks built into the interior, like the central location of this thing, back when before we had jump drives and all that, so I could just like instantly launch these very quickly out the front of my ship. So that's kind of what this one was built for, and this extra external plating makes pretty good defense, even though they're really crappy for shooting these thrusters out. But this one itself is kind of me just going with how many gun, or I was trying to just figure out what I could do with these these new rocket launchers when they came out. These like 4x rocket launchers that I absolutely hate, and they just take up so much freaking room. It's not worth it. So that's kind of what this is. It's just me fiddling with stuff. This one is actually a result of me having a big fight with Batman, and on this particular map, we decided to have a versus type of thing where we just each built a really terrible fighter of some type to see who could kill each other the fastest. I had more guns, and my turrets didn't really work all that great, but they did effectively kind of cripple him a few times. I just wanted to see how many guns I could stick on one ship. That's pretty much how this one was created, and yeah, it didn't work out all that great, comparatively. This one was also built as a strike fighter. It kind of made a little jet-like thingy. Originally, it was used to be launched out of a carrier, and it pretty failed on its own. And if I remember right, this one is, oh yeah, oh god, really tweaky. Here, if I move my mouse, quite literally, 1 inch, I do, what, like, that's like a 720 or something? Yeah, that's... How many gyroscopes do I have on this thing? Oh god, the gyroscopes, yep. Never using that again. This one I call my missile boat, because I wanted to see how many rocket launchers I could stick on one boat, or one ship, and have them all connected together, which is also still pretty much useless, and I think it blows itself up more often than it actually does anything useful. Oh. My standard of trying to figure out if rockets will work is do a spiral, and if you can launch them without blowing yourself to hell, yeah, well, it's actually functional. Whoa, kind of got out of line. Whatever. Then you've noticed this one. This one you may notice from our Survivally series. And my first attempt at... Actually, I don't even know if this lines up properly. Oh god, look at the spread. I never realized how much these machine guns actually spread. I'm not sure. We need to test this. This one will be the first one we test, because I want to see if I can actually snipe off of or snipe off like a turret, like that one's got. This one was my attempt at making the smallest freaking ship I could possibly make and still be completely functional. Yes, it works. It has 2 machine guns that it can't even keep itself stabilized, because if I just hold down the button, I'm just constantly moving. And 1 rocket launcher. Tiniest freaking ship I can make, and I think the thing has like 4 freaking reactors in it to actually make it properly functional. This one probably is my favorite, though. My heavy defense fighter. And this one has the most guns of any of the ones I actually have. Yep. It's got, I think it was 7 rocket launchers, and if I remember properly, about 15 primary machine guns. It sucks up a lot of ammunition. Oh, never mind, it's like in the mid-20s. That's a lot of freaking guns. But so far, flying this thing, I have yet to lose a fight, and it's almost primarily made out of heavy armor, which you can't tell anymore because they changed the graphic on heavy armor, which really screwed up the look of about half of my ships, my large vessels. But I really need to try this. Oh god, the acceleration is huge. Okay, we're gonna fly over here and take a pot shot of this guy. And this is about the range you're gonna get started to engage. Ooh, slow down a bit there. Huh, that's actually... It did its job pretty well. But it worked. And now for the part that everybody wants to see, probably. I'm just gonna ram this into one of the engine pods. Boom! Holy... Well, it definitely has enough shields. And I know I put heavy armor on the end of these. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm gonna take an entire shield pod off with this. I'm curious. We're gonna try this. Let's get a good freaking running start and just plow through this thing and see if we can, how far we can get. Alright. Let's see how well this works. Because I have no life. Boom! Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's look at that with spectator cam. Holy crap. And absolutely no... Maybe I'll name this the Spear. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, you know what? Just for good measure, I want to see how far this thing goes down the length of it. This is just me screwing around now. I like this ship. Alright. There we go. I think I'm lined up generally. See where this goes. This is going to be really interesting. Oh! It finally took enough damage to just incinerate it. I took a good chunk of that thing with it. Okay. Well, seeing as we know now that it can punch entirely through the side of a ship... Yes, it was hollow, but I mean... Frick. Several layers, several... Okay. Well, let's reset this guy, blow this up, and... Well, you know what? Let's finish it off using something more spectacular. I know this isn't creative and whatnot, but you know what? I'm curious, what would happen if, because I've got these defense satellites that I have invented in survival mode, what would one of these defense satellites do against me in, say, the normal, or in my heavy fighter? Let's find out. Nope, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna grab a random ship. Let's go with this one. It's bigger. Turrets. Toggle 'em on. Small ships, large ships, not neutrals. This is gonna be really, really interesting. Well, let's see what we can dodge here. Where they get themselves in line. Oh, they got me. What did I actually do to it, though? So that was minimal damage. It just harmed the armor. Okay. Well, you know what? But the only thing I've got left to try is I want to see if it can stop a specific ship. A ship that I test on everything. And to give these ships, I will even give the defenses a pass here. I will even give them several defenses. And Lord Tyson has spoken.